Hello everybody, it's your Proftrof. We're back again with another video. Okay, I watched the Pecora thing, 2B-T2, 2B-2T. I don't know. Listen, y'all are like, yo, you should check out more of these videos, they're awesome. So I was like, okay, sure. I don't know much about Minecraft, as y'all know. So let's go. How a base survived 8 years in 2B-2T. Okay, first off, let's do the thing. What I know about this server from what you guys told me. You can hack. You can abuse shit. Basically, you can do whatever you want in this server. It's why there's slavery.
When you play on a Minecraft server with absolutely no rules,
yeah, zero.
You have to accept
Sounds
that
wild.
anything you build is going to be destroyed by griefers given enough time.
Okay.
But just how much time does your build have? Well, if it lasts a few weeks, you built too close to spawn. If it lasts a year, that's pretty standard.
A year.
If it lasts 2 years, that's really good. Once you go past
What about
3
8
years,
years,
it becomes an accomplishment. It's incredibly rare for a base to last longer than that. Well, a base named the Monastery survived an unprecedented 8 years on the oldest anarchy server in Minecraft. 8 years! Almost an entire decade. How?
That's a lot, man.
How did an active base
there's some awesome stuff here
this long on an anarchy server? When I first heard the news of this base getting griefed, I immediately thought it had to be fake. There was no way. After all the turmoil and conflict in the server's history, I thought the odds of an active base from that era still being around would be zero. When I looked at the member list, I recognized several names, including one of my longtime friends, Victor96. Even though Victor quit the server many years ago, I'm still in contact with him, so I asked if the base was real. And to my surprise, he said yes. It was 100% legitimate. To my knowledge...
Is that a yin-yang symbol over there? Yo, there's some awesome stuff here.
It was 100% legitimate. To my knowledge, this is one of the longest lasting bases in 2B2T history.
They hide it?
Today I'm going to tell you the bizarre story
of the
rise and fall of the Monastery. How did this base survive for so long under everyone's noses? Well, it all began 8 years ago.
Okay.
The year is 2012.
Fair enough.
Minecraft is starting to surge in popularity in the mainstream, and 2B2T is still an underground anarchy server not known by the general public. A trio of players named Marcus, Asobel, and Fractal had just recovered from having their base destroyed a few months previously. Like the majority of the server at this time, they were vanilla players, and didn't use hack clients. Marcus began searching for a new location to build a base, and found a spot in some brand new chunks just over 100,000 blocks away from spawn, which in 2012 was considered a very long distance. They began building their main living quarters where they would sleep and store items. It didn't take long for the monastery to become established. Not long after the base began taking shape, one of the founders, Asobel, quit 2B2T due to boredom and never returned. Marcus and Fractal decided to bring in new players to replace their friend. The base expanded, and the new members contributed by building infrastructure, raiding other bases and bringing back the wealth, and improving the quality of life at the base.
Okay, it sounds pretty generic so far.
No dupes were ever used here, so many of the resources came from the base itself. Fractal was gifted in redstone and built various contraptions to help with automation, such as massive farms, and even programmed one of 2B2T's first active AFK bots, Demong25. This bot would stay online, keep farms running, and even monitor server TPS. Good times were had at this base, but slowly over the years, people became less active. By the start of 2016, Marcus, the founder of the base, was the only active player left at the monastery. His base had survived 4 years, and he wanted to change the pace.
That's a pyramid.
He was invited to a much larger group base at the time, Kinograd base, or KGB for short. He decided to abandon his home and make the trek to Kinograd. He got along well with his new basemates, and things seemed to be going well. But not long after, tragedy would strike. One of the head builders at Kinograd, Ormonger, was not on good terms with several members of 2B2T's powerful elite, the Tyranny. And Brand...
Wait. They have a social circle. What?
One of Orr's basemates sold him out, leaked the coordinates, and the base was destroyed. This grief was incredibly significant to the 2B2T community and was related to the backdoor drama of 2016. That is why this particular base grief is mentioned on the 2B2T timeline.
Oh my god,
With
they have a history book
to go. Marcus offered the monastery
They have a history
as a place
book
for the refugees to stay. Marcus himself had lost the motivation to play and logged out of 2B2T for what he thought would be his final time. The ex-KGB members that came to the base expanded upon it significantly in his absence by adding more buildings and even renaming the base. But much like Marcus, they too would lose the motivation to play, and the KGB refugees either quit 2B2T or moved on. As of the summer of 2016, 4 years after its creation, the base was left completely abandoned. You would think that this would spell the end for this base, but this abandonment is what would actually save it from destruction, as one of the most unlikely people would stumble upon it. The YouTube invasion of 2016 brought war to the server. During the Russia War, thousands of new players to the team brought war to the server. During the Russia War, thousands of new players were driven away from spawn in all directions by the spawn killers and team sympathizers.
Yo, why is this so hype? Why is it so hype?
This mass influx of new players began seeking refuge at any base they could find. During this time, a player named Zapama had joined 2B2T with the rest of the Russia fan base and stumbled upon the monastery by complete accident. He was able to gear himself up at the base and acquire its resources. After realizing that it had actually been abandoned, instead of raiding and destroying it, he made it his home and expanded upon it,
making the
base even greater than it was before. He expanded on old buildings by giving them a more oriental feel, and got rid of old farms that weren't being used anymore. He helped modernize the base by building an advanced transit system that connected all parts of the base together. Zapama protected it, expanded upon it, and took care to preserve its history. While the base would get found a few times during this era, he made sure that anyone passing through would keep it a secret. The base would be under his protection alone for 2 years until 2018. After 2 years of inactivity and nearly 6 years since he founded the base, Marcus
is back, baby!
In total shock,
the return of the hero.
The base had not only survived the war, but was in even better shape than before. Zapama introduced himself to Marcus as he recognized his name from the original member board. The two became friends, and Marcus convinced Fractal to log back in as well. Just like in 2012, the base owners were a trio again. They brought more modern blocks from the world of color up.
Bro, this base is gigantic. How do you not find? It's gigantic. How big is this whole server map thing?
To the base to make it look nice.
This is huge.
Such as glazed terracotta and other blocks. Everything seemed to be going well.
Jesus.
But the fun times would not last.
Oh shit.
In February, nearly 8 years after the base was founded, it was discovered by the group BSB, a griefing group that had spent the last year trying to make a name for themselves on the server. They blew the whole thing to smithereens with no hesitation.
No comment.
8 years of history wiped out in a single evening. After the base was griefed, Marcus contacted me, feeling that the story of the monastery was finally ready to be told, but also because there was still an unsolved mystery at the base, and it involved a potential intervention by the server's admin, Housemaster. I was surprised because, like I said, nobody knew this base existed, and if it weren't for some of my old friends vouching for it, I would have written off the entire thing as a hoax. So to attempt to uncover this
can we talk about something else? Like, This is a server with no rules, everyone's cheating and all that shit. Imagine putting all the time to make this. Like, it took me like 8 hours to make a house. A small ugly ass house that y'all called prison. Bro, I don't know. If I make this and then someone just blows it up, I might need to actually, you know, murder them.
One final mystery.
Like, Jesus
right
Christ,
now,
bro.
We're going to take a look at what the base looked like the day before it was griefed, and actually see for ourselves if there was admin interference at this base.
What does that mean?
Let's do it.
Is he saying that the admins helped the dudes kill the base, destroy the base, or is it that the admin helped protect the base?
Here we are on a world download of the monastery the day before it was griefed.
Download.
Now, this big mystery that Marcus was telling me about, it has to do with Housemaster removing this. Apparently, this mob farm was removed by Housemaster with World Edit because it was lagging the server. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, so we're going to take a look to see if there's any evidence of World Edit being used in those chunks. Now, for those of you that have been watching this entire video so far, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I love bringing you 2v2
Okay, you win. You
but
win
anyway,
me.
Let's take a
you
look.
won me over.
Now, it should have been right here. And it was floating, so there really is no easy way for us to tell whether it was removed with World Edit or not. The chunks don't look any different. There doesn't seem to be any signs of tampering. Marcus just told me that one day he logged in and the mob farm was just completely gone. And this was before he abandoned it for the first time. So, you know, I guess that's just one of those urban legends that we're never going to find out the answer to. Unless Housefest is up someday. But anyway, if you want to explore this base for yourself, I've actually left a world download link in the description if you want to check it out yourselves.
Yeah,
but that's it for today's video, everyone. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that subscribe.
Hey, all right there, brother. You won me over. What y'all think? Hey, okay. I'm interested in this server. It seems like some wild stuff has been happening in this server. Just, which vids should I check out first? Cause like, there's a lot of them. As I said, I don't know much about Minecraft, so like, throw me, especially anything about these servers. Only Minecraft I've played is normal Minecraft. So, let me know which historically which is the the way. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Quick thank you to the YouTube members and Patreons. Thank you all for the support. Appreciate you all. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and have a nice day, everybody. Bye-bye.